followers we're losing at the same time. No, we gotta slow it down, just cut her off of that. So yeah, we're on part 2. Duos. Hopefully people know we're in this video. That one literally got completely cut, like it won't even come back, so it is what it is. I'll just wait for people to come back into the room. Let's clear in the throat chakra, let's clear to the back. We were saying something about Geminis. Yeah, I was saying that I've known a lot of Geminis. Had a lot of Gemini friends, both masculine and feminine. This is part 2 of the Can't Sleep Astro Chat. Yeah. Just cut that off. Like, oh man. Yeah. I haven't had any, like, extremely long-lasting relationships with Geminis. But it's usually, kind of like a roller coaster. Like, sometimes the connection will be, like, very on, and we'll be talking all night long for, like, freaking weeks, okay, months, and then all of a sudden it'll just, like, end, and then we'll just have, like, a dry spell, and then we'll come back into contact. So yeah, I kind of have created, I have found that I have a little bit of, like, trauma from dealing with Geminis, just because in the sense of, like, okay, water signs, you'll get me on this, okay, water signs, you'll understand this. It's like, those moments when you meet someone and then you just feel like you can't be truly intimate with this person. Like, you just know it. It's like, I just don't think I can really let, I can't rely on this person. Personally, when I've met Geminis, and I'm just talking based on my personal needs, that as I know it, right? It's like, you need to have certain types of, feelings of safety in a relationship. I personally have never been able to feel that with a Gemini. My sister has a moon in Gemini. It's just, it's like, 1 minute, it's like this vibe, and that's true. That's not a stereotype. I mean, it is, personally, I've found, it's just, but I love Gemini energy. But in terms of a relationship, I feel like if somebody is a little too much Gemini, then yeah, it may sort of make me feel like, I don't know, like, kind of, it gives you this feeling of, like, it's like something is, yeah, kind of even being held back, and I just personally don't like that feeling. As a Pisces, Scorpio, Sag, it's like I want to feel like I can experience love and the heights of love, and Gemini is kind of, it's, I don't want to say it's kind of like lighter energy, but yeah, it is. I mean, it has a different prerogative, right, Gemini? But I love Gemini because, it's very, very light. At the same time, it's like got the flip, and I have a Mars in Gemini. So personally, I actually have a lot of Gemini, and so working with Earth energy more so, rather than more and a lot of Gemini, sometimes is. I found that Mars in Gemini I really click with, but I think it's a Sun in Gemini, masculine specifically, and feminine, both. It just feels like there's a little bit of, like, a reluctancy to fully emerge in the water, which is understood because it's an air sign, So, yeah, let's back up to the throat chakra. What did Marley say? Marley said, I'm water, my daughter is a Gemini. We have a fab relationship, but dating someone like that would drive me Barney. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Gemini, personally, it's like a great friend. Like, and with Pisces, it's mutable. You could just honestly, like, yeah, go off the end with all the creativity and, like, but great co-worker. But when you want to go home and, like, personally, like, I have gotten physical with a sun sign Gemini masculine, and I don't know, I did not really feel it. Okay, I feel like it's more stimulation in the mind than it is, yeah, really showing up and, like, delivering. It's like this person was just holding back way too much fear, too much trepidation. That's what I was experiencing, but this was years ago. I mean, yeah, but then they're a great talker, and it's like, then they want to talk you back into, like, like, yeah, the stimulation, and it's like, it's very stimulating, but then when it comes to, like, actually being with them, it's like, I feel like there's too much fear a little bit. Gemini does tend to be kind of, there's a frenetic energy, but I'm not saying anything bad about Geminis. There are all kinds of Geminis. Love it light. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, okay? Everybody here has Gemini in their chart, but it's just, yeah, and I love it to bits. That frequency just, I feel like, yeah, it's that breath of fresh air. It's like, that's the person you want to hang out with, you want to go places with, you want to, you know, because it's just, it lightens it up. And every sign has its positives, right? But anyways, every sign has its positives. Yeah, I just feel like they kind of tend to do a disappearing act. Um, they tend to do a disappearing act, a little insensitive at times. It's like, but it's just like, yeah, there could be a prioritization of like the moment energies, you know, which is, yeah, but if you have a lot of air, that might be working perfectly for you, because maybe, if anything, maybe you feel like you don't, you know, you're like, oh shoot, it's like I'm feeling like they're a little too clingy even at that. It's like maybe it's all relative, you know. So yeah, I just feel like personally, I need not necessarily like someone who's like a sun in air. Sun in Aquarius was way too aloof. Great friend, but like too aloof. I'm actually, yeah. Yeah, so let's go. Anything else? What did Arrow say? Oh, you have Jupiter in Gemini? Oh, wow, Supergirl. Yeah, it's just such a lot. It's the energy that it just brings the vibe up. Like, in the room, you know? It's just like a laughy baby energy. Jasper's still here. Hey, Jasper said, well, still here. Just had to talk. Some of those Libras are. Oh, okay. Does Eros play into the whole? Are you talking about the asteroid? Asteroid Eros? But yeah, let's go to the left side of the body. Yeah, so I find that, yeah, Leo energy, Aries energy, the fire energies, you definitely want there to be synergy with your moon. Okay, yeah. I found that when I meet people who have a moon in an opposing element, a polarity, let's say a moon in water or earth, right? I got a moon in Sag. Um, it tends to feel like you're going in a different direction a little bit. Okay, when it comes to like matters of, honestly, I feel like the moon is very important, and you want to feel connected with the moon because you are very impacted by the moon as well in general. The moon is integral to how you feel in general. So it's like when you're with someone, you want to feel that you're clicking on the yeah, in terms of your lunar energy. Your lunar energy. Yeah, I actually was wondering the same thing, barefoot. Jasper, you did. Yeah, so what's going on now? Gemini here and have been best friends with Scorpio since childhood. We can have stable relationships. Interesting. I've known a lot of Geminis actually who are really good friends with Scorpios, and I'm like curious, so how does that work? I feel like Scorpio would be stimulated by Gemini. It's almost like an interesting specimen, you know, you sort of observe. Gemini will give a lot to watch, to observe. Um, so, and Scorpios love to observe. But yeah, I've known a few sun sign Aquariuses, dated a sun sign Aquarius. What else? Taurus. Taurus was a little too conservative for me. The energy just felt kind of conservative, but yet again, I haven't, yeah. But yeah, it was a little too, like, stick figure-ish, like, in the sense that I felt like there was no consideration of what I really wanted in the relationship, and it wasn't even really that we were dating yet, and he was trying to push it, like, to marriage immediately kind of vibes, and it was like, yeah, so, but this was years ago yet again. I mean, totally different vibe, timeline, you know, space. But yeah, it was like, we're gonna do this. It's like, I'm gonna do this. It's like, what about me? It felt, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it felt very task-like, you know? But maybe he had a lot of Cap in his chart. Maybe he had a lot of Taurus and Cap. Maybe he had a lot of, you know, it was very fixed. You know, I really like the sun sign Aries energy. Masculine. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting because Isaac is a sun sign. Isaac is a sun sign Gemini. And, I mean, well, he has, obviously, as well, Venus in Aries. He's got Mars in Pisces. His Mars is on my sun sign. My Mars is on his sun sign. We got the same Venus placement. You know, but I can definitely see where, you know, for example, I feel like Bandit has a lot of Scorpio energy in his chart. And it's just a very different energy. Really, Masafe? Masafe says, I get along with a lot of Aries men. It's like I can smell them out. So what are they like? How would you describe them? If someone was about to go into a roundabout stall, and they're like, where are you going? I'm about to date an Aries dude. It's like, what would you say to them as a like 30 seconds of even advice? Yeah, it can be immature. Personally, I found like those with like a Mars in Aries, though, that may be a little different. It's like, okay, we heard, you know, you arrived. It's like, okay, it's like a little bit too much personally, but anyways. Actually, yeah, I've known so many people with Mars, for some reason, Mars in Aries. And technically that's like conjunct my Venus, but by way of sign, but it's been a little too intense. Like, okay, slow down, y'all, you know? But that's, again, me personally, anyways. Yeah, see, Mustafa, that is the vibe. It's like they're here for. It's like they're present. It's like they're awake. I love that. I love it. Well, my moon is in the house of Aries. Anyways, I can't deal with the energies that are too cynical. You know, too strategic to the point where it's like untrusting. I can't, because personally, like, I can tend to get into that vibe. So it's like I need someone to balance me out. You can tell by what they have on too. They show themselves. Oh, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay, wait. This sounds like there's more to that muscle. What do you mean? Like muscle tanks and muscle tees? Like you can see their musculature? Or, I don't know. Am I reading that too literally? Or was there an underlining to that? It's like when you're down, they will let you out. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Rising Aries. What is that like? Irene. Wow, multiple people have said rising Aries. You guys are rising Aries? Mars is home in Aries. Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I found that like Mars and Aries will go to war with like almost anyone, and unless they're very grounded, it's like they don't even know what's going on, so they can go off the handle, and it's just like, okay, calm down. Oh my god, it's kind of like Sag when you have a lot of Sag energy. Oh my god, I can usually pick people out with a lot of Sag. Personally, I get kind of irritated when there's a lot of Sag in the chart, and there's like a stellium in Sag can tend to. Okay, I feel like this is we're literally shearing the followers right now. I love it. Like, if you can't handle my personal story, then maybe it's time to leave the channel. I don't know. Rising Aries, very good looking. Oh shoot, Masabe that had a licking. Each of the fingers, it seems. Okay. But yeah, I thought that said Callaway. For some reason, I read that as Clay Callaway Clausen. Very yeah. So, yeah, Sag can be really aggressive, right, Katie? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jasper, hey, you're still here. Sagittarius rising, Aquarius moon. Interesting. So, yeah. But see, this is where it's like, because I got a lot of Sag, so maybe it's just like, I feel like someone else would love that. Maybe someone who's got a lot of air, you know? They might really love the strong Jupiter, but like when I meet someone who's got a lot of Jupiter, it's like maybe it kind of projects my own shadow of Jupiter. Like sometimes, overdoing stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, you gotta calm down. It's like maybe I gotta calm down, something like that. Personally, possibly, but also like I feel like Sagittarius could have a huge ego a little bit from time to time if they're not in the higher form of the shadow of the shadow. Yeah, being aware of the shadow and you know, working with the shadow consciously versus like just, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like ball headed. It's like you got a big head. It's like something like that. Personally, one sign away from the midheaven in the chart. Yeah. Also, Capricorn can be a bit stuffy. I'm sure everyone in the chat, I'm waiting to just get to Pisces. When is she gonna start trashing her own zodiac sign? Whoa, don't get me started. Okay. You know, the issue with Pisces, the thing about Pisces can piss a real me off every now and then, because when Pisces actually may be the most irritating of all of it. Like, no, the Neptune shadow. When you see somebody else in their Neptune shadow and you recently got out of that, it's just like you cannot even be around that energy. It's just like, no, like, get me out. Like, I can't. Like, this is like, it feels like kind of just, it's just like watching someone just kind of give themselves to the predator, you know, as the gazelle in the field, and you're just like, I'm trying to help you. It's like they don't see it. It's like, no, I'm in love. It's like, oh my god. It's like, no, I swear I'm gonna be okay. It's like, you're literally like, you're going straight into his mouth. It's like he's gonna eat you alive. You don't see it. It's like Stockholm syndrome. Anyone? Like, woo. Yeah. So it can honestly become, it's just irritating. It's like, personally, it's like, I have to, you start to feel you gotta just detach and avoid that energy. Yeah, it's got that like creepy, it's creepy. Yeah, let's back it up, clear in the throat. Yeah, yeah, right. The entities. Oh, I read that as entities. Neptunites. It's like, yeah, I read that because it's like, I mean, Neptune it can rule, you know, I mean, imagination. By way of that, the contrary to that, the shadow to that, by the way, I think we have like probably half of the chat roaming still in the last chat. Got about 80 roamers in the last link. Oh my god, I don't know. Do they realize we're here? We've migrated? Anyways, so, you know, still wondering what happened to Gemini. No, but like, yeah, we're way on to Pisces. So Pisces is like, you know, it rules infection, bacteria in the shadow. So that includes spiritual. It includes the higher chakra. But yeah, it's just got this out of control energy to it sometimes, and it's just looking so irritating to watch. As an onlooker, when you see someone in their shadow Neptune, it's like you just want to slap a good bitch. I don't know what is with the bitch stuff. We already said that. Even in the last, we said it in the last chat, right? Yeah. So it was like, out. Even after a full reset, she's still saying, I don't know. It's just, it gets very, very kind of, yeah. And even with yourself, like, you can see yourself, your own Neptune, and you're just getting irritated. Like, why did I have that glazed look on my face when I was, like, looking at him? You know, he was obviously a player. It's like something like that. Or he was obviously, like, you know, you just don't see the 3D. And then in retrospect, yeah. So, anyways, you got any followers left? on the channel now. My ex was a Pisces and Clash big. Anyone dated a Pisces masculine? What's that like? Marley says, I often want to slap myself. You know. Wow. How was that, Danger Cat? Oh my god. What was that like? P. For some reason I read that as narc. You said mask. And PRP. What was that like? From what I've seen, like, people don't tend to be very fond of that experience. Interesting. Pisces man was very good as a friend. Aw. Yeah. It's like a sweet energy. Well, and you were like you were an Aries sun sign, right? Feminine. Well, speak for yourself, you know, you identify as however. It was really sweet in the beginning, but changed very quickly. Really? How? Everyone's nodding fervently. Yes, friend's good. Okay. Let's back up. Any masculines in the room? Want to speak up? Have you guys dated a feminine Pisces? I'm willing to hear it out. I know it's coming. Okay. They will get you ice cream and eat with you. Aww. When you were least expecting it, right? Make it all cozy. What did Danger Cat say? He looked like a garden gnome. Oh my god. Yeah, I can see. I can see that. It does have that vibe to it. He looks like he just descended from Neptune. Queen of Cup reverse. Maybe king. LOL. What? It says, I have female Pisces stalker. Oh, you got a lot of stalkers. Was that earlier? You're talking about the Scorpio. You're talking about the Scorpio stalker, not the Pisces stalker. It's like, oh my. It may be more of a modality thing. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So, yes, unexpected dates. Wow, yeah. It's like, want to go to Build-A-Bear? It's like, yeah. It's like, where is this relationship going? Personally, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I'm ready. Ready to hear it. Elle says, I like Pisces, but so much Scorp, they can get dark and twisted. Oh, yeah. Let's back up my throat in the sacral root. I feel like Pisces, even like Pisces feminines that I've met, like, it's like, you know there's more underneath the surface, but like, they're not willing to open up. This is, yeah, I don't know. Get further. My super intuitive twin is Pisces moon. Unfortunately, she is not intuitive with regards to her own heart side. Too depending on advice and opinions of others. Sorry, I gotta read that again. My super I got ADD about Pisces. I swear I am interested. Okay, my super intuitive twin is Pisces moon. Okay. Unfortunately, she is not intuitive. This is like an SAT question. Okay. For some reason, I get like an Edison vibe. Okay. Unfortunately, she is not intuitive with regards to her own heart. So, she in trouble? Oh, she sounds like she's in trouble. So let's continue. She is not intuitive with. I feel like you're gonna pop quizzes at the end of this. You're not an alias, are you, Jesper? Okay. Sometimes I tend to zoom in on the chat. To the trolls, so yeah, to the aliases. Two depending on advice and okay. Let's continue. I see someone with a pearl bracelet. Let's continue. The validation to move in a direction but no direction for self. Here's a professor. Oh, interesting. Okay. So now what? Pisces guy. His middle name actually was guy too. Pretty sweet. They don't like the light. The other Pisces looked like a model, but he was so lazy. Really, Danger Cat? Interesting. So now what? So where does that leave us? What are the rest of the, what other zodiac signs? What a Cancer. I've dated a Cancer masculine. What about you guys? Have you dated a Cancer? What do you guys think about the Cancer masculine? Virgos. Oh, what do you guys think? I've dated a Virgo, yeah. I've had an experience with a Virgo. What do you guys think about Virgos? Now Spirit's shutting me up. Turn it to them now. We blew out a little too much air in the tires. Yeah. No. What's going on, Spirit guys? Well, your follower counts just got a mayday. All the lights are blinking on the dash. Okay, it depends. Oh man, Virgo moon. Oh, Virgo moon. Virgo moon is personally I found it very, very kind of hard. Here I go again. Virgo moon. Like I have known Virgo moons, and for some reason they always tend to believe that I need their opinion and like now, and it's like. I don't need your advice, stop. It's like very irritating. Personally, I find it very, very irritating personally because I got my moon in Sag. So, Jupiter is not Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me, like, blow air into the balloons. Like, why are you telling me how big the balloon is again? Like, make sure it's not too big and not too small. It's like, fuck off. There goes all the Virgo moon followers. Oh god. Oh no. Oh man, what did we do? There must have been a reading where yeah. So let's continue. Do they take you off? Let's continue. No, yeah. Let's back it up. Back it up with the throat chakra. I feel like we're on the like episodes that never aired of like the Bachelor, like the let's clear the signal the shadow episode, the shadow show, Bachelor. It's like everyone's talking about was going down. Okay, so what's going down? Worst experience. Everyone's exposing like what it was really like. My worst experience with Cancer masculine just went from so fixated on me to sour grapes in the grossest way. Oh dear. When you weren't feeling it. Yeah. That's a Cancer thing. Fine. I will close myself off. It's like 100% a Cancer thing. Because they're Cancer. They need to go back into the shell. It's like, I open myself to you. My vulnerable little, gushy mushy interior. My most vulnerable. And then it's like, I don't know. And then you want to call them back and then they're like, okay, hi. It's like, if you want to reconcile, it's like very manipulative. Oh, so I gotta be honest with my personal experiences with Cancers. Very manipulative. And like, yeah, if you have a lot of Pluto, you'll get kind of irritated with that. It's like, yeah, I don't want to play that silly nonsense game. Okay, don't bring that game around here. It's like, they'll be all like acting like, yeah, I'm good. I got my shell. I'm gonna be fine on my own. It's like, I'll be off over here. It's like giving you all their personal information on how to contact them when you change your mind. Because maybe you get moody, with the Cancer. It's like 1 minute, it's like, I don't know, maybe you're feeling it, and the next minute, yeah, because Cancer's over the moon as well. So it's like, but that may work very well for someone, you can strike a very beautiful dynamic with that energy, but, yeah. I mean, I had a very long-term relationship with this Cancer. Yeah, and it was very past life, but my South Node is Cancer. But it started to become very, like, yeah, kind of silly. Cancer grandma told my 5-year-old sister she would put her in a cage. You gotta watch out when they're hangry. Oh my god. Yeah, is that a Cancer thing? Getting hangry? It's like they regress into this childlike energy. It's like they become a total child. Like, I've seen this with, like, I mean, it's just like, do you see what you're doing right now? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. I'm seeing myself, like, I don't know. I'm holding, like, the last standing followers in my arms. Okay. K-Mac. Call me when you feel better. Spirit is purposely holding those people in the last chat. So this one is just like, even this is the real round table. Okay, my Cancer and Moon, and I have to eat breakfast. Oh my god, yeah, Cancer can also get very moody. Like, it's just like, I'm not feeling well today, I just don't know what it is. It's like they go into this whole depressing vibe. Yeah. And they oscillate. Yeah. So, is there a Cancer in the room who has dated another Cancer? What's that like? Because I can only imagine that's like, I mean, I know what it's like. My parents are Cancer, but without exposing private details, it's like, I can imagine it's like, two waves. It's like, are they in sync or are they not? It's like, we're going to find out in the next episode. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. It's like, it's going in circles, round and round, up and down. Sometimes we got a tsunami here, got a tsunami warning, everyone watch out. Yeah. Oh, wow. Amanda, you're a Cancer who's dated a Cancer? What was that like? It's like, when you're with someone, you're living with them, and your periods, your menstruation cycles, so-called menstruation, they sync up. It's like the so-called period. It's like as if you never sync up. It's like, but sometimes you do. But then it's unpredictable a little bit. It's kind of got a Gemini energy to it. Well, it's very close on the cusp. Yeah. But then I've noticed, like, Cancer sometimes, it depends, like, but they'll tend to blame it on, like, everything around them. Like I'm saying, kind of like it's got a toddler vibe a little bit. How about you? It's supposed to go to that. It's like, but then they'll wake up from that and they'll feel bad. They'll call you back. Hey, I'm sorry, like, did I hurt your feelings? Like, obviously. Do you see how you're acting like there? Okay, it's like, yeah. It's like they try to, like, ruin the relationship sometimes as well. They try to sabotage it. It's like all out of protective measures though, and then they get kind of dramatic, and then it's like a whole show, and then it's like, oh my god, it's like, you need a show. Sometimes this is what I've experienced. Yeah. I know 1, 2, 3, 4 cancers I've known very closely. I've lived with them long term for extended time. But yeah, this is my personal experience. I've learned so much in this life, illuminated much. I mean, the screen that it turned on. I was asleep, bro, and like you freaking waking me up. Yeah. You helped me find my charger, not things. Okay. It was right here. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So, but yeah. Anything else that we need to sweep? Anything else? What else? I think we went through all the zodiac signs, did we? Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. We chatted on some Aquarius. Leo. We did chat on Leo. Some Virgo. We did. A little bit. I don't have, like, extremely extensive experience. I really enjoy Virgo feminine energy. I find it very, like, soothing. What else? Sag. Yeah. Sag can get, yeah. Any particular placements you guys are familiar with? Venus and Leo, anybody? Mercury and Sag. Anyone? Okay, those of you who like remember, let's say, the funniest person you ever dated. What were their placements? Oh, Edison is in the chat. Retreating to the shells, accepting Oh, that's so sweet, Irene. Love and light. Thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in. So lovely to connect. In the 6 a.m. live. I miss what she said. Moon in the 9th? Really? Leos? Interesting. Yeah, so I've known people who are like very close to the cusp of Leo. I've dated a Venus in Leo. Very familiar with that. I feel like Leo, and I have a family member who's a Leo. It's interesting, yeah, because personally, it reminds me just a smidgen of the Gemini energy, where it's like, can we get truly vulnerable? Because sometimes the ego with the Leo is just a little bit too much upfront, dead center. It's like, it's like you feel like you need to kind of, it's like a little too much brushing of the mane back for them, it's like, instead of having intimate moments kind of vibes. This is personally what I've experienced. It's like a little bit similar to Cancer as well, since Leo is in between. Yeah, actually, it's on the cusp of, it's one sign away from Gemini. On the cusp of Cancer. It could become a little bit dramatic, It's like, then you start feeling a little bit like you're caretaking the relationship, It's like, we have a little tiff, and then it's like you're running away. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes if the ego is too fragile, it's like there's a defensive energy. So based on what I've described, what would you guys think that I would be compatible with, out of curiosity? I found the apple of my eye. Zick. Baby. I'm hearing My Endless Love. Our song. I think you good with Earth Fire combo. Yeah, I can see that. Must have faith. Earth Fire combo. Maybe like Taurus with like some Aries or some Leo dash in there. Yeah. That's interesting. You see that? Someone that'll be there and do what they say. Yeah, exactly. No one's gonna be like silly, you know? Silly dilly. Like, you know. Playful but not immature, you know? Different. Let's see. The funky bird's like, don't give up now. Throw in another Scorpio, another Gemini. Why not, right? It's like, yeah. Well, what's your sun sign? The funky bird. Mesafate says, I tried Taurus with fire with Leo. Wow. Okay, how was that? Sun sign. Oh, Ryan. I know. We all feel the same. I'm literally the ones of us who are still left standing, that is. I'm about to go check how many followers we still have, I swear. No, it's all good. Yeah, even if we lose, this is all meant to be, you know. Sometimes spirit really does, they go through and they spruce it. More is not necessarily where it's at. I need a dill pickle. That sounds good, actually. Okay, someone who you can banter with and get deep. Yeah. Without feeling judged, you know? Without the pretense and, like, yeah. All that. I find, like, Aquarius to be, like, interesting as well. If they're not, like, you know, as long as there's no, like, sometimes it could be kind of aloof in the sense where they think they're, like, a little too cool sometimes, you know. I'm a sun sign in Vedic. I'm a sun sign Aquarius in Vedic. It's, like, sometimes it comes off, like, you know, there's a little bit too, and my sister has a Mars in the house of Aquarius. You know, it can sometimes come off like they're trying to kind of, it's like they're very preoccupied with, interestingly, I found that Mars in Aquarius specifically, okay, or other, they want to make sure that they have like a group, you know, and even if it is a very different so-called group, it's like they still, sometimes there's that preoccupation, like, you know, wanting to sort of kind of be set apart so much that it's like they can even kind of become kind of mean. This is my personal experience. Sometimes I've experienced that, even with my sister. Like, but of course, other factors in the birth chart. But yeah, it's like they can sometimes become kind of defensive over their coolness, their cool factor, their genius, what sets them apart. It's like, okay, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like, okay. You also have seen that, PRP? Wow, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of, it can become like a smart aleck energy, or kind of like badgery, or sort of, how do we say, like a little bit, even argumentative at times. Yeah, what have you guys experienced? Interesting, yeah, PRP. But yeah, very, very like interesting. The mind is very elastic. This is how I see it. Uranus energy. But yeah, I found it to be a little judgy. Interestingly, because I mean, you would think, right, Aquarius is like all like non-conventional, but then it becomes kind of like, oh, you don't wear Birkenstocks? Like, it can become like that. I mean, not saying that all Aquarians are like, but they tend to, yeah, but still, like, it can become a little too regimented. Like, even the genius itself can become kind of like, you know, those geniuses that you meet so-called who are so-called so genius, and then it's like, but then you see that they are compartmentalizing their own genius, and it's like, okay, you know, yeah. Like, I see trepidation sometimes with Aquarius, where it's like that, you know, there's sort of that, they feel like there's some kind of fear to really like actually get hands-on involved in something. Any Aquarians I've met usually are like questioning things to such a level and degree where it's like we never get to the point of what we're actually doing. So I've experienced that, and it becomes very theoretical, and it's like a little bit too much like, let's understand this. It's like, okay, this is me personally, again, this is my personal perspective. But yeah, But Aquarius is very interesting, very bright energy, you know, very innovative, interesting, investigators, yeah. Yet again, I'm a sun sign Aquarius in Western, in Vedic. Yeah, so, most people actually think I'm an Aquarian. But yeah, and there are always different, you know, interpretations of every sign and different forms and, you know, but the shadow of Aquarius I found is just like, you know, I know it all. Like, I'm all good. And, you know, hey, they may know it all. They actually may, you know, very smart, very bright, but like, you know, what about what about the risk taking energies as well? It's kind of, you know, it's very scientific. I think that's the way to say it. There could sometimes be that snobbery that comes with that, you know. Um, but yeah, feel free to share if you agree, if you've experienced the same. It can be very so-called intimidating, you know. It's like they'll let you in, like, if you're part of this certain group or part of this certain crowd. This is what I've experienced with those who have heavy Aquarius placements. Sometimes. Or maybe that's my perspective. Maybe that's my perception. Maybe that's how I interpret it. You know, maybe I see it like, you know. But, with all the air in the chart, you know, sometimes there's that sort of like, I need to understand, like, yeah, what's going on. And it's like, those who have a lot of water, usually you're operating more on the intuitive plane, that's more unspoken vibes. And so, posh, interesting, yeah, kind of like that, you know, barefoot, yeah. So, and then, yeah, but the air energy is kind of, it doesn't maybe mean to be judgmental, but it is judgmental by nature. Air energy is, it is there to rationalize, to ascertain, right? It's a cerebral, you know, bent. So, but, you know, it can be kind of like a little bit, it can feel compartmentalizing when you're trying to have a more free flowing natural. And I feel like, for some reason I'm getting here, you know, that there can tend to be a fear that comes with that rationalization, the hyper focus with the rational, you know, interpretation space, because it's not true that we can only rationalize experiences. And the people I've met that were most skeptical, for example, of intuitive sciences usually have a lot of Aquarius. And they can become very sort of like demanding and unforgiving with what it is that they so-called need to know, or they need an answer to. Like, I would assume that an Aquarian would be a good teacher, so-called, you know, if they need to teach a subject matter and hold you to a certain even expectation. But when it comes to them experiencing the experience themselves, it's more. I found it's more theory. This may be very offensive. It is, or no, really, truly. I mean, but this is my interpretation, so I'm not gonna change it. You know, when it comes to the actual practice, personally, it's like a little bit too much, reviewing, you know? It's like, well, let me think about it. I don't know if I believe in astrology yet. It's like, okay, like, calm down, you know? You need to kind of feel your way through it a little bit here, you know? This is, yeah. But, from what I remember, yeah, it's like, maybe they feel like they need to make sure that this looks, you know, I'm not, because they have a standard, right? So because Aquarians, they tend to, let's say, have, you know, a reputation for being smart, you know, sometimes they can feel that there's this pressure to uphold a certain standard with that, you know. And then sometimes there's this sort of like, if I believe in this and I just let myself just sort of believe in this so easily, then does that mean that, you know, it's like they need to maybe sometimes get out of the cerebral mind space in terms of their worth and their value. You're not, you know, you're not like, yeah, what you so-called, you know, even can know yourself. It's like, that's the magic of the Aquarius, when it's integrating with its own intuitive, you know, sense, where you can really get into the feeling space as well and say, maybe, you know what, maybe I'm not to know what this is, you know. Aquarius sometimes it's applying this extremely logical energy to, you know, phenomenons that maybe that are quirky and eccentric and quizzical. Yeah, so this is, yeah, but, hey, there are all kinds of energies, and, yeah, it's never that, you know, it's one way, right? But yeah, I don't think I've really known any sun sign Aquarius feminines. Well, I've only really met the Aquarian masculines, and this has been my experience. Like, it's kind of like, it's like a pointed, like, judgmental energy. Oh man. Listen, next Aquarius reading, I just feel it. Okay, I just feel it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have like follower count going way down, way down, down, way down. We go, go, go. But yeah, oh really, Ginger Cat? And what is it like? The astro weather, you mean, Edison? Kind of feels like the convo with the bookshelf on Interstellar. Kind of, yeah. What did Silver say? I didn't see this. Silver said, I have a hard time with my Aquarius energy sometimes. Really? How so? Yeah, anybody who has Aquarius, feel free to share. Because, yes, as like a Pisces, this has been my feeling. Sometimes it's like there is this like anxiety sometimes that I found that the Aquarian energy has. Not just, sun sign Aquarius, but those who have a lot of Aquarius, it's like they need to know. It's like, it's like, why? It's like I can't tell you why. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm just me, and so Aquarius moon, have TED Talks with self. Interesting. Can you, how so? Very like very sort of like a curious mind, expansive mind with the self as well. Yeah. Spirit Guide Council meeting. Interesting. Yeah. Well, Aquarius also is very much about forecasting trends, being able to sort of those sudden insights. Usually very good with astrology. Yeah. I have my Saturn in Aquarius. Interesting. And my Uranus is very close to my North Node. So I suppose I do have quite a bit of Aquarius. Maybe I have a lot of Aquarius and I don't even know it. In the sense of integrating it consciously. What's Aquarius Sun? Oh, interesting, Selena. Actually, Isaac is an Aquarius moon. Right. That's what I've seen, Mimi. Okay, so that's a good point. Like, so, for example, I remember, like, I was talking to someone and about astrology, and it's like, some people, they start, like, okay, like, usually the people I've met who have a lot of Aquarius, they'll start, like, going down this rabbit hole of questions. Like, it feels like an interrogation almost, like, okay, wait, so how do you know that? Okay, so then what does that mean? Oh, so how, and it's like, it becomes kind of, which is like, hey, I mean, this is great, but then maybe that can also be troubling for them. Like, that there's maybe pressure with that, especially if it's involved with some project, something they need to, like, you know, sort of step up with. When it comes to a truly so-called scientific space, they may feel that the reputation's on the line. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is a message for someone. Maybe you're thinking of partnering up with the Aquarius. I'm literally looking at Isaac's teeth right now. They're so cute. But yeah, how do Aquarians feel? How do you feel? I have to know someone's intentions so I come off wrong. I see. Supergirl, but you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. Mosave says, yes, think tank, unlimited, aqua moon. Yeah, I feel like Aquarius moon. But then there's like this light-hearted energy. It's like, I feel like they're usually very open-minded, but then Yeah, I feel like they've got like the mind of a computer. It's like they can take on all this information and aggregate it. And yeah, and that's very much my sister too. It's very interesting. What's going on left side body? She is very much like that. But then it's like, interestingly enough, even with the Uranus, I feel like sometimes there are limitations. But they will admit that. Usually they will admit that, which is interesting. But then it's like, okay, then what do we do with that? You know, it's like, but then I feel like Aquarius, like, yeah, they can tend to like, have you guys noticed that Aquarians really enjoy notoriety? Um, but yeah, in some ways. But then it's like, I feel like they would do very well with fire energy, or energy that kind of, you know, well, it makes sense, both yang. But yeah, fire, being more grounded. Those of you who have a lot of Aquarius and you feel kind of like, you know, it may be helpful to also engage your own fire energies. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that Aquarius is precise? That there's like a precision to Aquarius? Or is that more like Virgo? Those of you have a lot of Aquarius, how would you see it? Does your mind dart around and wander? Do you guys feel like Aquarius sometimes has a selfish tendency? Or it can come off like that? Maybe sometimes thinking too much about, you know, society, how they fit in at times, or how they don't fit in, or, you know, or even, um, you know, it may come off as selfish because, you know, it's kind of like, I feel like it's the type of person who would like answer the question for you when they knew the answer, but like the teacher asked you. It's like something like that. I feel like we're getting like more and more offensive, but it is what it is. It says, oh, the funky bird says, Nat, can we discuss Scorpio North Node energy? My sister also has that. Actually, she has. No, yeah, she has North Node Scorpio. That's funny. That's my sister. Um, what about it, Bert? Is that your placement? Yeah. Aquarius is very funny. Very, very, very witty. Very funny. Mm-hmm. Can really, really sort of speak to a crowd. I feel like, yeah, Aquarius can really kind of, they have a tendency to sort of be able to, also because they do have that, the Uranian light bolt sort of intuition. They do have that. But it's just, it's processed in the logical way at times, but they have the impulse. That's why they have like maybe even sudden epiphanies. Any of you Aquarians, you have these visions, suddenly you're like, I just know it, and then you question it, you doubt it. It's like you second guess it. It's almost like you have to prove it even. Almost like a Gemini energy, which makes sense, is all air energy. But yeah, um, but yeah, Aquarius, yeah, I feel like can be a very so-called successful energy. Can usually really kind of just like keep swimming, go with the vibe. You know, I feel like Aquarians usually are unfazed. You got dreams. Interesting. Oh, sober girl. So wait, sober girl, you got Scorpio as well on your chart? You guys feel like Aquarius may get paranoid or like like they'll get compulsive with the details of a project, considering too many options. Yeah, right, Danger Cat. Right. Very much so. Interesting. K-Max says, yes, they are precise. but they get lost easiest. Interesting. Can you tell us more? Lost in what way? Lost easy, too much thinking. Mars conjunct Uranus in Scorpio. You answered the question right before I asked it. Very interesting. Wow. So, yeah. Well, Mars conjunct Uranus in Scorpio. That is... Have you considered becoming a detective? But, like, even, like, forensic stuff. Like paranormal detective work. Like, how do we say? Like, working with polygeists, for example. Something like of the sort. But yeah, Aquarians have, like, an incredible hunch. An incredible sixth sense. You just kind of, yeah, be amazing with innovations. I feel like Aquarians are very popular, though, too. Like, you can easily sort of, you know, just, yeah, I feel like Aquarians would be really good at marketing. Mixed with, like, something financial, finances. Yeah, like a ghost hunter. Right, Danger Cat. Something like this. K-Max says she senses things, but she does not know what she's sensing. Who is she? You're talking about the sign? Or someone you know? K-Max says sometimes it goes against what her brain is telling her. I feel like Aquarius is that, like, avant-garde energy. But yeah, maybe it's like me personally, you know, my interpretation. Sometimes I have trouble, I think, with the air signs. Really feeling like I can really kind of relay what I feel. You know, when you meet some people, you just have trouble communicating. It's like I found that, yeah, usually around air signs that tends to be the case. For some reason, people have a lot of air. You know, but that maybe says more about me. Maybe I'm just more water. You know, I am obviously a lot of water. And so possibly, who knows? Always exploring, meeting different people, testing the theory. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Must have faith. But yeah, personally, I don't know. I haven't clicked when it comes to dating, like the magnetism factor. But like, I've been amazing friends with Aquarian masculines. Yeah. I feel like Aquarians would have really good advice. What about Mars and Aquarius? Any of you? What about the physical experience? What is the occult sex like with an Aquarian? If anyone does, dare answer. Aquarius, Pisces, cuts are weird. Oh, interesting. 222. That's Isaac's birthday. So, weirdo, how? Explain more. When I know what you're about, I know what to expect. But how do you ever know what someone's really about, Edison? See, that's the thing. Are you an Aquarius, by the way, Edison? That's a thing. About Aquarius. Sometimes, you know, we can, and everyone is Aquarius. That part of our chart where it's like, no, I swear, like, I know, but then it's like, well, it's gonna make me feel more comfortable if I, you know, if I know. So I better fucking know. I can imagine that Aquarius would be like, there's this like scrupulous energy, scrutinizing energy, even very similar to Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Yeah, well, so his birthday, so he is May 22nd, 2022. So he's a 222. 22222. That's his number. His birthday's May. So he's 522. So yeah. But yeah. It's interesting. But yeah, you can tend to sort of, I could imagine if you have a Mars in Aquarius, or like a lot of Aquarius energy, you may tend to sort of feel like that is maybe a crutch. That could be it for anybody, right? Like you could feel kind of insecure if, let's say, it's like, no, the more information the better. Yeah, I need to really have an answer. So we talk like sailors around family. Interesting. Mars with Aquarius is an electrician. Oh, really? In a cult. Interesting. Yeah, I can imagine that. Aquarius tends to overgive at times. Yeah, can be very, very. Similar to Neptune, you can lose yourself. You know, you're so zoomed out. With Uranus, seeing the way big picture. Yeah, kind of like swear like this is this is gonna work kind of vibes. It's like the type who would hold a picket fence on the sign. Wow. Well, hey, like the type to like not give up as well. Fixed air, so probably a great one who could debate. I actually have Uranus. I have Saturn in Aquarius on my IC, conjunct my North Node, which would make sense because I'm into astrology and these such things. But yeah, I would imagine like Aquarius would do well with. I'm hearing accounting. I feel like they could apply themselves to so many different things. Aquarius can I feel like be the type as well to just kind of like, they're the type who would just kind of be able to talk about anything, and just kind of like keep the ball rolling. Very diplomatic type as well. But yeah, go back to the sex question. So anyone had sex with an Aquarius? What's it like? I forgot I dated an Aquarius. I don't know. Anyways, is it that late? / early. But yeah, Mars in Aquarius. If you've dated a Mars in Aquarius. I'm hearing, well, it's under the covers. Anyways, but yeah, so Aquarius, anything else? But yeah, it can tend to get fixed. That tendency is probably coming from the fact that it's fixed. Right? Same with Taurus. Can become kind of stubborn. Same with fixed Leo. But every sign has its thing, every modality, Heck, mutable energy can get really fucking annoying. As can cardinal. Right? Every energy has its thing. And of course our perspective shapes how we experience and formulate opinion around that particular archetype. Right, must have paid. An extremely cementy statue. Yeah. How do you measure the weight of lies, Edison? So yeah, Libra. But yeah, I feel like Edison, you have a lot of Libra and Aquarius. Aquarius rising. And come on now. What about the sun sign? Okay. But jazz. Music, anyone? Shall we, Isaac? Baby. But yeah, I can imagine that Aquarius, though, would be very good at sort of setting the tone, the ambiance even, you know, being able to sort of set the vibe of a space. Astro Symphony. Big 3 Edison. Edison is computing. Yeah, I can imagine, Selena. Yeah, because fixed air would be like Gemini on steroids. Because Gemini is mutable. It's like 1 minute you be given a huge fuck. The next minute you're like, who would give a fuck about that? It's like, you, Gemini. It's like, who's me? It's like, I'm always changing. But like fixed air would be, you know, the type to like keep a consistent log of like, you know, everything. And, you know, Aquarius would probably be a great politician, right? Keeping a consistent, you know, conversation rolling and with the facts and analysis. And personally, I can't imagine that. But yeah, I feel like what's in my, yeah. Yeah. Especially poetic, right? Quotes. So, cranking the time machine back in time. Thomas Edison, if he did have a pencil and a paper, how would he say it back in the day? Okay. But yeah, maybe even sometimes like Aquarius can be a bit awkward. We're going on and on. Wow, Aquarius is fixed air. It's like what we start, we better stop, but only once we finished. Aquarius can be a bit even insistent, maybe. I mean, if you had an Aquarian boss with mixed with some Saturn, oh man, that would be very, very much considered work. Anyways, Harry Styles is an Aquarius. So Tesla is, I always call him Tesla. What's his name? Elon Musk. He's I think he's a Cancer, right, guys? Yeah, it's kind of freaky. Barefoot. It's like he's got a very sort of strategic vibe with a bit of a cackle. A bit of how do we say? Kind of like a dark humor, is it? I know. I always get that mixed up, Paul. Elon is not Tesla. Laugh at him. Well, I'm happy that you finally someone's yeah, well, busy laughing and not unsubscribing. Oh man, with the chat like this, with the raw like this. Aqua coworker was so mean but friendly. I was confused. Oh my god. Is it okay? Extreme medicine. Elon Musk is too friendly with Russia. I don't like that. Is that bouncing off of what Must Have Vape said? Oh man. Okay. Must Have Vape. Aqua coworker was so mean. Yeah, it's like kind of got a flip-floppy energy, but that's air, you know, air. That's 6 a.m. Nat. That's 6 a.m. He's like staring at me. Guys, do you like the balloons? One balloon for each zodiac sign worth birthday we're talking on here. Hi Isaac, good morning. What in the frock should I be wearing to make us some morning pancakes? Oh my god. Who do you feel would have the like strangest Google search query history? If you picking a sign. if you were to imagine. Oh, thanks, Ryan. I don't know why it's like this is dark. Oh my god, wow, I'm so hungry, must have faith. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Oh my god. Right, that's right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Hmm. Barefoot says Aries. Yeah, I can imagine. It's like, I'm not looking before I search. I'm just gonna search. You know? Well, maybe another would be like, wait a sec. Okay, maybe I should go into incognito now, alright? Maybe, the FBI could be searching what my curiosities here, or maybe, maybe this is like not, yeah. Aries would be like, what's the harm? I'm gonna search it for everybody. The one thing that nobody would have the balls to search, so well, I'm gonna search it. I'll be the one. I'll be brave. It's like, oh. Nelage says aquas can be very mean and friendly. Yes, very confusing. My Mercury and Sag. Oh wow, Barefoot Empress. Yeah, I feel like Mercury and Sag is fucking hilarious. That's what I've heard. What do you guys think? I'm waiting for someone to bonk me in the head. Me think it was time to go to bed. But this is so fun, guys. Where's Bernadette? We need some marshmallows. Mean and friendly, so curious. I'm a huge fan of Elon and plan on naming a son after him, Apollo Elon Duran. Duran, like Mount Huron. Duran. Do you guys have this thing as well where you have a lot of your family members they're all like the same sign? Marley says my search history is insane. Studying the anthropology of death at the moment. Oh my. Listen, I've definitely searched that. I've searched whether or not cavities continue to grow in dead people. Okay. I feel like I have some strange searches myself. They're all Pisces? Interesting. I wonder, yeah, it's interesting. For some reason, like, a lot of the people I meet, they hit on my South Node. Maybe it means you got a lot of past life soulmates. I had a medium tell me that I had one of the highest number of past lives she's ever seen or something like that. So who knows? Maybe, maybe it is. But yeah, I mean, not to say that that's like, I mean, it's hard. The more past lives, she was like, yeah, things get sticky. It's like, great. Just gonna put the spider web to the side during the reading. Like, oh my. It's like, oh dear, indeed. Aw, I love you guys. That's so sweet. Aw, and yeah, you guys were all signs. This is important to recall. We should never get too attached to any particular sign, right? Signs are frequencies. It's not ego, but our ego may play a role in how we interpret our signs. Still dealing with the past life soul. and frequencies. It's been challenging. Oh, how so, Supergirl? Barefoot says, I've heard this was my last life. Really? By who? Must have faith. I need to look into mine past life. I feel like we're gonna have more past life readings coming. Really, Ryan? Oh, wow. Did I tell you guys I ran away from someone I bumped into in the city? I straight up thought she was like a reptilian because there were like right before I saw her, there was like this band of reptilians, and I was already on edge. I was like, I just got to get home. It was getting dark, and I had Isaac and had my headphones in, and all of a sudden I see this woman. I got so freaked out. I started running away down the street, like running, and she was running after me. I got even more freaked out. She was like, no, you don't have to like run away. Oh my god. She happened to recognize the channel. She was a Sagittarius. I need some snacks, guys. Aw. It is quite fun. Akasha tattoo on your arm. Interesting. Yeah, it was a moment. I was like, that's it. This is when the reptilians, you know, yeah. They got treadmill legs. It's like, here they go. Like they're gonna run in like full speed. It's like, you know, I was like fully accepting that this was the fate of the you know, the time space continuum at this point. I was ready to bolt it. I was literally, and she ran after me, and she was, but I couldn't hear her through the headphones really. So all I saw was like this woman running. I couldn't. And then I stopped. I was still frazzled. And yeah. Anyways. I literally see like robo legs like running, knees up to the waist. I cannot. Anyways. Oh. But yeah. So did anyone answer the Mars and Aquarius sex talk question? The sex talk question. But yeah, got a siren going off. Air and Earth's atmosphere is made up of approximately 78% nitrogen. Are you? Is this Edison? Robert. Air also has some. This feels like a very Edison comment. Wait, where is Edison? Needs to just yeah. I can't. I literally imagine that. Oh man. I thought that said treadmill eggs. I looked at your comment again, Raya. I looked at, is it treadmill eggs? Interesting. Oh man. Road runner. Yeah, Isaac was, and then he started growling at her. It was like, wow, she was like, yeah, I watch your channel. Like, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Isaac was like, I was like, I gotta go. Man. That's Edison's son. Oh. Robert E. Downey Edison Jr. What is it? Anyways, I was wondering how many steps little Isaac takes per Natalie's one. I wonder the same, you know? I'm like starting to think, how often do I really carry him? Because he gets tired. And so, you know, he walks some and then he runs and then yeah, but supposedly we're not supposed to really like work him out as a puppy so that he can have his growth formation properly, you know, set, but yeah, he can't help but like want to run through the park and, you know, so if you count those little runny steps, then probably a lot. But yeah, get him an Apple Watch, right? How many of you do you guys have dogs? Or pets? I was wondering how many steps. Oh yeah, I read that already. GoPro, yeah. Gotta do that, right? Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So. Yeah, I've been trying to like carry him a lot and he can't really go up steps and stairs, right? Because he's got like a longer torso, so gotta be careful with that. I just had this thought. Where's Maudie? Now I'm starting to think of that one astro. We're talking about Sir Isaac Newton and his dog Diamond. But, oh, guys, what are your plans for Halloween, by the way? Here we go with extreme medicine. I knew he was going to pick up where Robert left off, not NASA. I'm just pronouncing it like I'm somewhere in London. NASA. Do they pronounce it NASA? NASA, using pure oxygen instead of the nitrogen mix, is it more Australian maybe actually? Was the reason, that's more like Nigel Thornberry in the Outback, was the reason for the Apollo launch pad fire. I don't even know what is going on. What are we, what in the zygotes? I don't know what that is. Is that Scottish even a bit? Maybe it's a past life vibe. Okay, and we're talking in tongues with a past life accent. I just gave up a puppy I was nursing. Really, Musafid? What kind of doggy? You have 2 dogs, Neil? Wow. I feel like we're just getting to know each other in this chat here. Just kind of chill vibes, just getting to know each other. Now set behind the main channel. I wonder how many people actually would watch this. Okay, using pure oxygen instead of the net. Extreme medicine always puts its period at the end of the sentence. It's interesting. Let's get further. Ryan, what did Ryan say? Animal. Oh. You're coming to DC for Halloween? Really? Interesting. It depends if I'm gonna have to carry it, Neil. I'm just trying to think of the logistics, because if we go out, you know, we have to carry him pretty often, and so see. Oh, I can't. This is so random. Yeah, it's getting very random. Edison is straight professor. Yeah, they don't even go there. They don't even go here. I talk like that when I help the kids with their homework. Oh, Sobergirl. Sobergirl, you have children? Bye, Mimi. Oh no, I'm cackling again. Wait, what were we saying? Wait, who doesn't go where? Oh my god. I think so, Chris. You mean miss like a feeling of longing? I've definitely felt that. For some reason, I have a vision of someone wearing plaid. It's like, this is my soulmate. Like, I always had this vision. For some reason, it's so clear and so specific, which irks me, because remember last Halloween when I saw that skater boy? This was right before Neptune went retrograde. It was like such a moment. You guys remember that? Oh, you guys remember the dog? So I saw that dog on the same corner where I saw the dog that inspired me searching for Isaac. Isn't that insane? And that dog, that dog looked so similar to Bandit. That dog looked like a mix between Bandit and Isaac. It's the weirdest thing now that I think back on it. My Uncle Neil did logistics for the White House Independent. I see. Wow. Interesting. Okay, well, interesting. It's a saying they don't even go here, like it's a school or something. Oh, yeah. Wait, talking about who? Oh, it's a frame from... Oh, I see. Mean Girls. I think if you're a Catholic in Oz, you have what is called the Feast of All Saints. That story. Skater Boys. Oh, you have an... Yeah, Skater Boys. Oh, you have an Uncle Neil? I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know what happened in the chat. I wish you would be the first. Adios, Robert. Bye, Robert. Oh, okay. See you. Bye, Robert. Version 2.0. Version 1.0. Bye, Robert. Oh, I missed it. 2. Alright. Yes, Neil. Yes. Edison is switching between keyboards. Oh man, between timelines, I mean. Okay. Hold on. I'm still in statue form. I gotta crack down and crack out of this shell and time travel a bit, resurrect, reincarnate, and okay, what do you guys need to know now? Oh my. Oh my. Let's back it up. So it's about the dark web. Did we ever get their details? Edison. I'm willing to bet you guys on the count of 1, 2, 3. Let's go search Thomas Edison's rising sign. If it is an Aquarius now. Didn't they say something about Aquarius rising? I feel the same. What's the show with the red phone booth? Hey, Brand. What's up? Edison, what's your big 3? Right. He only told us Aqua rising. Is Thomas Edison Aquarius rising? Yeah, Edison does not answer questions. Only spews factoids. Only spews facts. But yeah, is obviously an Aquarius. An Aquarius stellium. It's like Robo. Edison made that account August 2. Yeah, we've definitely gone back. Listen, I clicked on Edison's profile page. I looked at, I mean, yeah, is Edison's back. What is big 3? Yeah. Edison, AIM. ASL. But like Astro version. Hey, Brand. Must have made this about Oh my god. It's like trying to put a string on a balloon. Okay, let's get further. Just trying to latch it on. I'm hearing that song Latch. Is it by Sam Smith? Right. So it in fact in the past was Edison, and then Edison changed it to Extreme Edison. Like it's some sort of storm rolling through. Watch out, everyone. My statue is coming down. Oh, man. They're just, like toppling over. Oh, no. Can you withstand the storm? I was smelling some kind of fruity smoke. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Alright, so now what's what? Edison, are you computing stuff? Okay, Cancer, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. No wonder. Okay, I feel like you're sleeping in like a hammock spider web. I don't know. I feel like you got a cape on, Edison. I don't know. I gotta be honest here. Should we just pull some cards on Edison? Oh my god. Alright, let's continue. So, Ryan says Thomas Edison was such a... Really? Yes. Maybe I think Edison's trying to... Are you trying to trigger us? Okay. Edison wasn't that right. Average man. Oh man, here comes Paul with a side jab. Alright, Extreme Edison E squared. You know who does it, EM. I cannot. Oh man. Oh my god. So Edison can't. What made you choose Edison and not good old I'm hearing like Twilight Zone music and not Einstein, for example. Mimi's like, you guys are so funny. She can count us on her fingers now because and then there were 3 left. It's like who's still left in this chat? Not 11 light. Yeah, we're gonna be getting people here waking up. Yeah, in the morning time. Okay, Spirit still has more sweeping to do. Yeah, the number of followers we've dropped is clearly not enough because I'm not getting a heads up from Spirit to end this yet. / I'm not gonna put on private. He is an old school record label. What? Transylvania concubine? I need a shower now, Neil says. Edison's the thought of Edison is making you hot. Oh man. Or was it the thought of Einstein? Let me take it back now. It's like Edison's getting his pipe out. Don't remind me. Thinking back on those days. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be able to control myself in the chat. What in the hell is this? I don't know what this channeling is, guys. Where's Maudie? Maudie, can you wake up already? I feel like this is like where Maudie chimes in. Oh man. Okay. Now what's going on? Now, so where are you guys gonna be for Halloween? Are you guys gonna like go anywhere? What's like okay, I guess are you going to a party? Are you gonna be going trick or treating? Are you just gonna be chilling at home with the cats, watching movies with the dog? Are you guys gonna be doing readings? Those of you who are readers, tarot readers, what you gonna be doing? Aw. Oh man. Oh my god. Can you imagine barefoot empresses? Y'all, we need to all go camping for reals. Imagine. Imagine we set that up and one person shows up. Because they're all aliases. Oh my god. Listen. You guys are gonna understand. I gotta make that joke. You gotta just put it past the awkward. You gotta just grant me that joke, okay? It's like, imagine if I set this up. What's that movie where all the characters like multiplying? It's like one person though, but in the mirror. They're all laughing like chipmunks. Like, nah, 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 nah. What am I thinking of? Oh my god. Imagine. Oh my god. Mimi's like, I'll pass because I know Edison will show up for me. It's all like one alias. Get it? Okay, let's continue. No, what? I'm here. Something about Ghirardelli chocolate. No. Okay, let's clear it. Mess of faith. I have gargoyles on my arm too. Wait, what is everybody saying? Okay, wait. Extreme Edison says you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes. What? Oh, sorry. Click Calloway. Wait, in the house. Wait, what? Wait. What? Edison? Hold on, I gotta read it again. You can tell a lot. See, it's something with the SAT question vibes. It's something. Okay, you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes. That's what they say. Yeah, I heard that quote somewhere. I heard that quote, Edison. They say, like, yeah. That has an extended meaning to it. They say, you can tell a person's, like, they're, yeah. For some, I think, like, literally, like, people will size someone up by their shoes. Anyways, continue. It's for reals. Welcome to Camp Edison, where things get a little extreme. This is like the trailer. Oh my god. I feel like Edison is the first person who would like give their ticket to another viewer. It's like, listen, I got invited to this camp shit. I'm too Aquarius for that. I'm a 2 Aquarius rising. Yeah, no. Cancer, Scorpio. You guys, like, yeah. I'm gonna be in my microwave hut. I don't know what. I remember, Edison, you were talking about something about microwave one time. Anyways. So, yeah. It's like, why are you so busy, Edison? You gotta put the shoes away on the rack. Oh my god. That's a metaphor for ribs. Anyways, yeah. He just want to tell us what his real plans are. It's like, he's got an alias even for his plans. It's like, no. It's like, no, yeah. It's fine. No one needs to know that I'll actually be cooking a rack of lamb, rack of ribs. Okay, let's continue. I feel like Edison does live in the forest, though. I feel like he's already there. He's the one who that's why he's not gonna. He's saying to everyone, don't show up. I'm not showing up. Because, it's like he doesn't want anyone at his place. Oh my god. Edison, you still here? Oh, Paul says Einstein couldn't tie his own shoe. I feel like this is Edison's twin flame. Okay, let's continue. Okay, Nature says he'll be in the army, but at home in the Oh my god, I'm hearing something about chocolate. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what the hell that is about. I feel like Edison has like snacks. He doesn't want to share them. He's hiding all the snacks before everybody arrives. Oh my god. Listen, Edison. I feel like listen, you could proudly sponsor. Okay? Yeah, our campfire, our hut moment. It's like, I feel like he's got so many snacks. He's got so many snacks. It's like, Cancer sun sign, right? I mean, that shit's on point. Come on, Edison, you can't see it's not true. Let's wait for him to process. Let me, like, yeah. Should I say that? Alright. Should I admit it? Alright. They're not coming over anyways now, so I won't have to deal with the awkwardness of realizing, yeah, right. I live in a forest in the city. I live in a forest in the city. As opposed to the forest in a city. So, are you suggesting that we know what city you're in? But he won't tell us which forest. Okay, he doesn't want us going after, looking after for him. It's the type of person who goes into, like, okay, well, this is a general message, yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's like the type of person who, yeah, it's like, yeah, they're gonna be somewhere, like, it's like everyone's worried about them. It's like, no, don't be worried about me. It's like, I don't know. Leave it to an Aquarius rising. They have a sun in Cancer with a Scorpio moon. It was to survive, yeah, in the outback, you know, and yeah, I see a bolt of electricity here. Time traveler, extreme Edison. Interesting, yeah. So you can like kind of, yeah. You can definitely survive. I feel, you know. That is a general message. This is hello. Oh, yeah. Please talk to your person practitioner. All right. Yes. If you're gonna be moving anywhere, going on vacation, it's like I said, I'm gonna head to the outback because I got a stellium in Aquarius. It's like I don't know. Yeah. Edison. What else? I just see, like, I don't know why I'm seeing, like, cupboards. I'm seeing stuff stowed in your cupboard. Okay, I gotta get out of there. I don't know what that's about. You got a lot of stuff stowed. You got snacks. Maybe I'm hungry. I'm just sniffing it out. BBC Channel narrator. Right? I feel like we would find his paintings on the cave walls. It's like, oh, man. He would communicate with us, like, no, you can never be at the, yeah, where I'm at. He's gonna leave a little trail, but he doesn't want us catching up with him, you know? Anyways. Yeah, trinkets and things. It's funny because it is kind of RV, like, maybe it's a little hermit hobbit house. Yeah, something like that. So, let's clear. Yeah. Back of the cliff pressure. Barefoot. Oh wow, he once said, Edison, you have a real fan here. He once said that 2 pairs of underwear gave more support. Yeah, did we not say that Aquarians give good advice? Some hella good advice. Paul says, extreme Edison reminds me of the lady in the movie Home Alone, lost in New York. We just shifted his gender, but okay, it is okay, I guess. It's like extreme Edison is like, how do we say? It's like the After Hours Edison, unhinged, uncut. Okay, I live at the, I just see someone hacking logs. I don't know. Oh man. I live at the edge of the city, but like competitively. Competitive log hacker. Okay. I don't know. I see a finish line tape is like irrelevant, but I don't know. I've seen it. Okay. Like you're not running anywhere, you're just hacking log, but yeah, they have the tape. Okay, so let's continue. Edison it says, I live at the edge of the city. You might as well capitalize the T in that, in the, because, yeah, it seems like do we know where, okay, so my backyard is forest. Okay, are you the runner? You're the runner in the relationship, you ran? Are you trying to, yeah, you ran, are you in a twin flame connection? What's going on, Edison? Let's get down to it. Oh man, who would be a contemporary of his time? Who did he have a crush on? Come on now. Spill the beans now. Aw. Imagine if, like, he got bitter and he's just like, that's it. Just want to live in the forest now. Write on this scroll. I'm gonna write this screenplay from scraps. Aww. Aww. Edison. Isaac just jolted in his sleep. Oh my god, what in the quantum field is going on? Yes, it's me. Oh god. Listen, Isaac is like, yeah, he picks up on these energies, I feel. Okay, suspenders are dapper. Oh, we got this one. I got a girl crush. Oh! Hate to admit it, babe. Come on now, Edison. The mic is hot. Edison, do you have a green tractor? Aw. Says Neil. Quantum suspended daddy says must have faith. We're all, yeah, you're sending us down fetish lane. I'm in central Pennsylvania. Come get me. I'm just like, yeah, that's interesting, Edison. Is that where, guy? Does anyone know if we actually search Thomas Edison? Are you, yeah? Is it the true archetype? Was Thomas Edison? This is like where like Edison would be. It's like, of course he's in central Pennsylvania. Of course he is. It's like, it's like he's giving us the clues that like are expected. It's like, what's the real down low? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm in your backyard. I don't know what. Everyone. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Now, Extreme Edison does have a tractor. We got a point there, Neil. The color, okay, so Spooky Edison at a distant anyway. Edison is a Pentagon daddy with his Oh no! Oh god! Sparks fly. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. When the statue standing as erect as it does. When Edison has his name etched at the bottom of it, like, damn. I cannot. Oh man. Edison. Oh man. That's funny. Earlier we were saying something about Edison's son in the chat. So what's his real name? Eddie. Okay. So now what? Now what's going on? Okay. Now what's with the tractor, Edison? You want to tell us something here about what's going on? It's a pastime of yours. Where does it begin? The story. Oh man. Oh my god. You must have faith. Yeah. It's like something going on. It's like a psychedelic Edison, like time space. It's like, I feel like my iPad is like bending in half. I don't know what is happening. This is something. Okay, so now, yes, something. I'm hearing that movie, Something Got to Do About Mary. What's that movie? I'm hearing cold cash. I don't know, what does that mean? He's stashing cash in the tractor. What the fuck? He's literally... That could be a metaphor, though. I see someone with, like, cold stacks of bills. I don't know what. I feel like my shirt is plucking a chest hair off. You guys ever had that feeling? Oh my god. This is a side effect of following the yellow brick road. This is a side effect of Edison, the Edison time warp. Suddenly I've got chest hair. So yeah, historical coins. Yeah, he's stashing them bricks of cash. It's either in the tractor we have yet to identify. It's either in the tractor or I'm hearing plot twist. It's like, yeah, he bought this tractor maybe to stash cash. This is such a Cancer vibe. This is like only a Cancer would do this. Listen, I know it because yeah, like I said, I know a lot of Cancers. It's like they want to save the money, like in the house, under the mattress, in the real estate form of real estate, in the form of yeah. So what else? Aw, good night, Paul. Oh, man. Oh my god. The real Edison is Aquarius, Sun, Sag, Moon, Scorpio rising. Yeah, we got two. Yeah, finally we got Curious. Okay, we got two Curious there and pulled the actual big three. Really? Edison is Scorpio rising. That's very interesting now. Wow. Guys, this was really fun. I feel like Edison has a dirty side, though. Like, if we were to channel Edison, it's like, yeah, there's a side. So anyways, guys, well, wow. This was really fun. Let's back up quick another ceremony. Bye, Chris. I'm hearing Riley. Ooh. Oh my god. Well, by golly. I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. And another one, dun, and another one, dun. I thought that said Rockefeller. When I read what your comment right there, barefoot, yellow tractor, question mark, I thought that said Rockefeller. Interesting. I thought that said India. Okay, I'm seeing, maybe it's a past life thing. Barefoot. It says, I'm in Farmtown, USA. I thought that said India. Interesting. Yeah, but I feel like we're gonna get more into, like, past life stuff on the channel. I feel like the next, and, most likely more into, I almost say that. It'll be a surprise. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like Edison has some Daddy Saturn energy. He really had to expose it. No, what else? Or we'll say the timeline. It seems to be a yeah. I wonder what, it's very interesting. I feel like we're definitely moving. Well, we're definitely we're quantum leaping right now. I feel like we're definitely sifting through astral. There's no question about that. But there's a long past life story here. Oh man. What's your sign, Ryan? What's your big three? Sun sign, moon sign, rising. Let me read Edison. Oh my god. He's typing at the speed. He's getting every letter on horseback, practically. Edison, you got a Mars in Capricorn? Or where's your Earth? You got some Earth, there's no question. Where is your Earth now? where is it at? It's for sure either Taurus, Capricorn. I just can't help but see a bit of. But yeah, Ryan says, I'm natal sun and moon in Virgo, Scorpio rising. Whoa. Interesting. I feel like you have a lot of Sag, Ryan. I see something about music for you, Ryan. It's coming through. Interesting. Yeah. Oh my god. Progress sentence. I feel like Edison has like a line of people just waiting to like hear facts. I don't know what that is. What the hell is that about now, Edison? Edison, can you take a minute from stirring the porridge on the stove now? Progressive Ascendant is Sag. Interesting. Progressive Sun is Scorpio. Progressive Mercury and Venus. What do you think about the progressives? Literally. It's like, I'm hearing he has a pencil clapper. What is that even? That sounds like that just came out of like not nowhere. That's definitely something. What is a pencil clapper? I don't know what. That is very specific. Yeah. I see two pencils taped together. All right. Natal alias. Natal Neptune is Sag 2. My aunt is Aries, Moon, Virgo rising. Excuse me, let's back it up. Only know he's. Yeah, right. On this misty morning in central Pennsylvania. Yeah, what should I tell them? Internet problems. Oh my god. Really, Ryan? Wow, you're a musician. Wow. What kind of music? If there is a so-called type to it. Right. Weak. Really, Ryan? Interesting. Do you dabble in how do we call it? Binaural beats and these types of things? I feel like people can really relate to you. I find you very relatable. It's just going through. I love how Edison every so often poops out a bean of an excuse. I just hear like static. It's because he's trying to time travel, guys. Taking it takes, no pun intended, time. So guitar mainly. Interesting. I see. Compose for like everything a bit into sound healing. Wow, that's so cool. Do you have a channel? You have a channel on, or do you do your psychic medium work more like in the 3Ds with face-to-face. You have a physical, like a tangible practice space. Yeah, or like a studio. Or maybe like, yeah, if you combine it, your music with your services of psychic medium and channeling in your studio with your music. Yeah, that's really cool, Ryan. You know what's so interesting? About a year ago, it was, excuse me, it was like we were talking about something with Salem, and then a very clear channeled message came through about someone, I think his name maybe was Ryan. Anyways, this just kind of sparked my memory. He was like, it was a character in, it was the travel pick a card reading. Let's clear another body. Let's go and take one. Let's back it up. Oh man, Salem talk. So yeah, his name was Ryan. I think this character. But we both have a history in Salem, Ryan. Do you feel something about Salem? Probably, I would imagine. I feel like most people in this chat probably have a history in Salem of some kind. Did I tell you guys? Okay, wait. Oh, I gotta finish this one thought though first. So, in that one video we did, right? We were channeling someone meeting someone in Salem, and like we described they were wearing skinny jeans and everything. And then it was like a few months later, I was researching something about Salem, and then I saw this guy. It was the exact vibe, and I think he even had the same name. I think he had a documentary, and he was dressed like a skater. He was going through the park. It was just very Twilight Zone. It was very interesting. And then the other day, I was talking about, you know, maybe visiting Salem, and right then, I look at the corner. I see someone with a loudspeaker. Did I tell you guys this? The astrology and these such things are of the devil. It's like, I'm like, that's it. That's my sign. I gotta go to Salem and just fucking show the fuck up. It's like I got so I did a good flip of that one finger. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just in case you didn't see it. Yeah, in the crowd, I vocalized it. Let's back it up. Oh, go, Ryan. Don't let us hold you up. For these Virgos, you know? We're definitely not on a schedule. Yeah, the Pisces. These Pisces vibes. Don't let us get you into a bad habit. As if that's possible with the Sun and Moon Virgo, right? Right. But, you know, but Ryan says, I know another medium who visited Salem and is way. A lot of people are very into Salem. Is there anyone who visited Salem who's not into it? I'm seeing something about UPS? USPS? Oh, I think I remember that too. Really? You remember it, Ryan? Very interesting. Yeah, I think his name was Ryan. Yeah, see, Neil, that's the thing. It's very interesting because there's so many places that are not even like, it's not just Salem. It's like little towns, witch towns, all around the world. So many repeat, you know, mirrorings. If we think about it, like, I mean, if it was happening at that time in that part of the world, it's like probably happening around the world in other places. And so, really, T. Marie, you were there 2 weeks ago? It says Salem was such a vibe. I was there 2 weeks ago. What is the vibe like? Aw, take us along. Yeah, I haven't done coffee in a long time. Yeah, so. Okay, yeah, it was right around that time. Let's back it up quick, otherwise, why? Sounds very familiar, Ryan Patrick. Yeah. Interesting, Danger Cat. Wow. You probably did a lot of research there. Maybe in a past life. I see you with books. Something about books, maybe. Possibly. Oh, it was religion. Yeah. Well, it's very similar to the present day. You know, people just like, you know, yeah. Um, just, yeah. Unfortunately. I see. Maybe I've come across. Something sounds very familiar. Yeah, maybe I've come across your channel. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Let's go into our chakra. Wow. Well, guys. So, are you guys? I feel like this is one of the first astro chats, like a long-winded astro chat that we've had since COVID has sort of, you know, rolled through, like, and sort of chilled out a bit. What are you guys thinking about traveling? Guys, I'm falling asleep. Maybe we should come back later. I see something about oxygen bubbles right there. Danger Cat. Maybe hydration be helpful, possibly. By the way, if anyone here is waiting on a private, I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll see. We'll get a few more of those out, and thank you guys for your divine patience. Patience with the divine, right? You don't control when transits are ready for these. Channelings. So, but yeah, guys, let's back open the sacral chakra. Never know, right? Same with the general reads. I feel like being a light worker is very much like being a doctor on call. Not necessarily like that you are a channeler for like on YouTube, right? You could be holding a grid, and you just, you know, you feel like you need to be awake. You know, sometimes you may wake up and you're feeling the energy. So some of you, if you know, you're like, well, I'm not really necessarily like on a platform of any kind, but you still tap it into the vibe, and yeah, so your consciousness is definitely a guide. Yeah, guys, that's how it is being a channeler. You know, sometimes spirit's like, okay, that was the time, and I'm like, you know, I had different plans, but this is how, I mean, it's beautiful. That's the experience, and you know, we're integrated, right, with the collective. So, you know, feeling the wave, and you know, I think the one thing about doing light work is you know, embracing the energies that come through. So sometimes, you know, I've noticed that whenever you fight the flow on either side, sometimes it's like, I have to do this reading. It's like, no, you don't have to do this reading. You know, sometimes you get your ego wound up, and, you know, no. It's like when the flow's not right, you know, it's not happening. And you can, yeah, but it's not. So, you know, it's not by choice, you know. It's what is truly ready to be heard as well, what is ready to be known. And that, yeah, the general channel, right? People are like, where's Leo, where's Aquarius, like, why is there a delay? Because, you know, I'm not forgetting, I'm impending with like so many readings sometimes, you know. I'm like, I want to do this reading series, like I've been waiting, you know, but it's not something that we complain about, you know. We have to be, you know, it's very much a matter of allowing the energy to streamline, which is, you know, to really embrace it in the way that it is ready for us, right? So sometimes our ego, human 3D self, gets kind of caught up, and it's like, no, it's like, I need the answer. It's like, no, it's the energy, that's the channeling, right? So, you know, it's a matter of appreciating how it is that we are to understand our story as well. And that's when spirit respects the space of the desire to know, right? Is when you're really sort of not judging yourself as well for what it is that you may experience. Because downloads are, and this is maybe a bit abstract, like more abstract, but it's like downloads are more you elevating, right? So be it meditation, be it connecting with somebody, you know, downloads and channeling, this is a matter of your ascension. So, you know, do we want to take one test and finish the whole school year in one night? Yeah, in one night's worth. That would be, yeah, but that's not where we're at yet, you know. So sometimes, you know, the energy is that we're not there yet. Sometimes the consciousness, yeah. So it's a matter of, you know, I think also appreciating where we're at as a collective and not feeling this, you know, pressure to also, you know, because much of it is a perspective when you're watching readings. Am I watching this out of a space of, this has to be happening in this way at that time? You know, are we experiencing the story for what it is, and, you know, watching the movie sort of unfold, right? So that includes also private readings. Sometimes, you know, it's like, let's go down the left side line. Yeah, and so there's, at this time, you know, a lot of, I feel like this built up energy in the collective where we're almost even in this divide, like some things are moving very quickly and then some things are slowing down, and that is what we kind of chatted about as well in another astro chat, where you know, those who have chosen the matrix are going to be experiencing this so-called, this life in a very different way, and it's going to be cumbersome, you know. It's going to, and those who have chosen to elevate are going to experience the positive karmic returns sevenfold, as especially Mars retros, and we have the Scorpio season. And so you know, that's really where it's at. But part of it is how we arrived to this point. Part of it is how it is that we also allow spirit, right, to, and ourselves to be ready for these next stages. And much of that is how we are open, right, to understanding why it is that we may have, you know, possibly even judged our story unfairly. So, in the sense of saying, and I know it's a bit abstract, this message, but Spirit is saying they want to talk about maybe the timing of downloads and channeling. You know, it's the messages, yeah. In terms of also preparation for, let's say, watching readings, for example. Sometimes, you know, we go into a reading and people, you know, you'd be amazed, people, they have their ego so hiked up. It's like they come in and it's like, you know, no, for sure, like, this is exactly how I see it. But, you know, and let's set readings to the side and say it more in the sense of, let's say, just pure having experiences in 3D, right? And downloads. You know, sometimes we, let's say, enter a relationship or however, and it's just like, you know, whatever it happens to be, you have this perception. You know, and that's where the ego is, you know, in a heavy talk space. And so where are we allowing our instinct to come through with how we flow? Because the reading and the downloads are you mirroring and reflecting, and you accepting what it is in a way that you do know about your higher self. So when there's tension with that, there's tension with how it is that we experience, how we reveal that to ourselves in a way. So it's a bit abstract, guys, I know, but that's something for someone maybe of a message that may need to maybe hear that. Feel free to meditate on that. Readings are not random on this channel. We're you know, this is preparation for deep soul introspection and sometimes, you know, dislodging, uprooting. This is healing. And so of you know, how we perceive of what it is that we have infinite wisdom of. So yeah, it's confirmation, right, as well. These readings are confirmation. And so where is it that you, though, are energetically in alignment with what it is that vibrationally, what it is that you have, well, we'll say energetically in alignment with what it is that you have already discerned and disconnected from, actually. So this is where the logical mind comes into play. And as well, you know, time and space don't exist. So it's like, well, who's to say that we're reading on what has yet to become, right? What has not happened. So, and this may touch on that Aquarius moment we had earlier. You guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time in another Astro Chat. And anything else? Yeah. Let's back it up with structure. Yeah. This may be, if you have a lot of Aquarius, right? Yeah, it may, so interesting. Well, yeah, so, I feel like, you know, this is a side, there's a lot of pressure here, but I am somehow getting that this is a shadow energy that is having a lot of trouble calibrating to what has been experienced. And this may be an aspect of everyone. Yeah, I'm seeing some dark energy here. You know, I feel like it can be in the form of your own shadow, or it could be in someone maybe trying to get your attention, but you know, how is it that you don't necessarily have to interact with that entity energy any longer? And so you've elevated definitely, and you've moved out of this conversation with, in the paradigm where we do acknowledge frequencies of the past that have been. So how do we say this? Yeah. So this is a side message. Some of you, there is something that is outdated. It's not relevant anymore, and it could be a relationship dynamic. It's like, how do we accept that, right? Even within ourselves. When we, let's say, disconnect from something or someone or some place, right? There is something that we let go, maybe even within ourselves. It's like, okay, I'm laying this down. I'm no longer reacting to this anymore as well. So some of you, you know, and I'll say as a collective, we are experiencing a purging, especially with, you know, there's something that um, you maybe even so-called accept. It's like, I don't need to experience that or to have a reason for that in order to appreciate that, what that was back there. So it is about transcending, right, the perceived needs that you may have as a human in 3D when it comes to certain connections and people and conversations. And some of you, there's also someone in your midst or some space around your conversation that may be in an experience of purging and healing and release. And you may be sort of watching that, right? And that is very much the conversation of the matrix, okay, that is crumbling. And that will crumble as Mars retros, especially. I mean, this is going to be even a financial institutions, just everything that was not set with the proper intention, okay, and not in alignment with the higher consciousness form will be realized as that. And so the mask is going to drop, kind of vibe. And so, you know, you'll be seeing people, you'll be meeting a lot of people, you'll be just, I feel also just kind of shocked, though, truly, at how it is that also you've come so far enough to really be able to recognize that I'm hearing nothing so-called makes sense. Interesting. Some of you are going to come into touch with your intuition like you've never experienced before. Some of you, you may have even had, you know, some sort of opportunity. How do we say this? You've had some sort of, I feel some of you have really elevated to the point where spirit is bringing an opportunity forward to you. And it's maybe in the form of an epiphany, okay? Yep, I'm seeing some dark energy here. You've been sort of like so-called chosen or selected to really, have a certain conversation here that you're not really maybe ready to have. Interesting. And so that is intentional. Some of you here, it is a matter of how did you have this conversation with how you have your conversation. So, and that's what it's a matter of the bravery, okay? And this has to do, again, with your intuition. Some of you may even start businesses that are going to incorporate your sense of newfound connectedness to your intuition, okay, to your gifts as a seer, as a channeler. So many people here are going to be awakening. It's partly because of the karmic flip, right? Those who are in the shadow are giving up their good karma. They are giving up their good karma to those who were on the flip of that, and that's that. And that goes for the whole bloodline. So, you will see success and accolades. Those of you, okay, who have also really been having maybe some trouble as you felt it with a karmic tide. Especially if those of you who've been doing major shadow work and you've been really focused and not judging your healing journey, you're really, I see, going to be very pleased with how it is that these experiences do unfold. But yeah, it's the sort of thing where it may be kind of uncomfortable, and I feel like Spirit's going to be giving you some sort of downloads here that are for you, but there's a question of how you obviously also may integrate that for some. Okay, because for some of you, it's kind of like something that once you realize, it's like, why would I hold this back to myself? Like, if I have this gift, if I have this talent, why, you start to realize where you maybe have had a consciousness that was a bit skeptical, possibly as well. So, even, right? So yeah, guys, this is a matter of really appreciating the, feeling you have for the future, that you can experience already, in a way. Some of you are definitely channelers, you're seers. Some of you here, there's something that it's like you may be a time traveler as well. Like you are able to actually live in another dimension here, and you're just like, okay, I'm already living. And that could be that you're very creative. But for some of you, this is like a you have already. This is your DNA. This is you are a starseed oracle. You are already. It's like you are. Yeah. So maybe I'm hearing fear. So some of you, you know, maybe there is this purging of something that was in the back of maybe the conversation point, right? Where it's like, well, you know, I'm really good at this, but then it's like, I'm kind of holding it to the side. And then I feel like some of you may have this epiphany where it's like, no, like, why am I afraid to pursue this? You know, and maybe that's, you're talking about Salem. It can be that there's a past life energy where, you know, maybe you were hunted down for your beliefs in a past life. And it's like, you know, but it's funny because I see that in some sense you are living in that reality. How do we say? Yeah, you're actually, some of you, So, I see some of you you may even start a platform. You may even start some sort of space, some sort of community, something about a tribe. Okay, some of you may be a physical place. It may be an online business, something that, some of you want to be more in the 3D. It can be that you already have a platform and you want to be more in 3D. Maybe something was holding you back from that. But yeah, I see, let's go ahead and say bye. It's almost like your 3D archetype is catching up with your, with your soul self. So there are many ways that we can interpret our passions, but there are those things that really make us feel lighter because we are more in a space to embrace the light. Right, so when we hold fear, and you know those moments where it's like, I know this is not really what I'm meant to be doing. It's like, this is not my life purpose, but then we're kind of doing it. It can even be, hey, you know, let's say someone loves music, but then you're like, well, I'm in the industry, you know, of music, but I want to do something else within the field of music, but I'm not doing that yet. Maybe it's something kind of like so-called different, quirky, out there, you know, or maybe it's something, you know, there's possibly some kind of so-called fear that maybe was a factor in the past. Some of you, this is something that you're very good at, that you do already for yourself. And maybe you want to start offering the service to others. Maybe this is something that, you know, you're very good at, and you want to maybe help teach others about whatever this is. There's something, I feel that's going to be maybe a bit uncomfortable. It's like you're going to get pushed out a little bit on stage. Like, okay, come on, go out, go on now, you know. For some of you, you're doing this within a company, or it's like almost like an apprenticeship energy. I feel like you're going to elevate. No, anything else? You're going to go out on your own. For some of you, you want to do this for yourself. I see that. So, but for some of you, this is a matter of how you see yourself, I guess, right? How it is that you say, you know, yes, I do really feel this, right? And if the logical mind is very strong, sometimes that can be very persuasive. And so this is, a moment of huge realization for the collective. And as you get more in touch with your true, even vibrational match in terms of, however, okay, but really your own thoughts, right? Where it's like, that's really my thought. That's not my fear, or that's not even my feeling, but my true perspective. Because sometimes, you know, feelings are challenging because we can pick up on projected energies, right? Of like, well, maybe this is what they're feeling. So when you really, yeah, and so if this sounds like your message, I would definitely spend time meditating, connecting with the guides, channeling as well, you know, for yourself, and see, you know, what is it that I feel I want to create. I see 444 here. Definitely focus on Pleiadian presence. We are coming up on the Pleiadian lineup. Okay, so they may be preparing for some sort of major portal here. That's going to be, I believe, in November. That's going to be in the Scorpio season. I believe it's around the 13th to the 17th. So, yeah, I see a butterfly here. If this is your message, you most likely have you will understand that message for yourself. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you may even be moving starseed galaxies. Something is getting elevated here. So it's a matter of how our human 3D self, you know, can it catch up? Can we release our fear fast enough, basically? Can we shed the layers of what we know we don't need anyways? Can we accelerate that process, and if so, how? And, you know, and how do we do that? So for some of you, you know, maybe there's something here that you really want to do, you really want to create, but it's kind of like not just that thing, but what it is that we simultaneously are preparing our psyche for, right? The things that we know we don't align with, how do we release that at the same rate, if not quicker than what we manifest, right? With the thoughts we manifest by, right? So, which is the source of you. And if you're feeling pressure, like maybe some of you feeling creative block, it's not anything in particular, like what's my big idea, like I have to channel it. No, like the thoughts you manifest by are really just a single note, right, that you play, which is your elevated perspective. So it's kind of like saying, you know, when your vibe is high, it's like everything kind of is going smoothly. It's something like that. Okay, it's not like you're transacting the vibe. Like, okay, I'm feeling good 1 minute and then I'll get 1 minute of something nice. No. When your vibe is right, it's just sort of, how do we say? You know, it doesn't just apply to like one thing, right? Like, I'm feeling good about myself, so then, okay, like, only things that, let's say, I'm gonna wear on my body. Okay, so the clothing I'm wearing is gonna look right, or the way, you know, no, it's like your whole reality shifts. Your whole so let's clear the throat chakra. Let's back it up. Clear the throat chakra. Yeah, there's something that I'm seeing some dark energy here. You, some of you are gonna have a huge breakthrough with some kind of humongous. It's something is a portal you're moving through, and I see 4/4 again there. This is something that you maybe even already created in a past lifetime. This has come through in multiple readings. I'm seeing an owl here. You are ready for this, but there's something that, you know, you just have to maybe clarify, you know, do I bring this with me? Is this something that, you know, and I feel like you already have that answer. It's a matter of how it is that you're ready to possibly even relive the story. There may be past life energy coming up. It may be kind of tricky, okay, because it may bring along, you know, for the right a lot. There's something very emotional maybe for some of you. You know, there are moments where you just feel this sensation of very intense, deep past life energy. And maybe, right, with this Pluto in push out of retro, Mars in retro, you know, Scorpio season, it's going to get pretty interesting with the Saturn retro, Uranus retro, Jupiter retro. Jupiter may have already gone direct, maybe in post shadow right now, but regardless, I'm considering this just everything is retro right now. I'm seeing a hanger for clothing here. Some of you, yeah, there's something that is real for you, and it's something that you will do almost anyways, you feel, but yet again, because you've almost already done it, it's like, you know, that your perspective is the only thing now that shifts. So how do we say, it's like you in a way know that it's kind of an illusion that you're not already there, right? There's an illusion that, you know, you do that you know, you need to do something very particular as well to arrive there. So we'll see you guys in the